Hello. In this tutorial, you are going to learn how to create a Google website. And you can see from mine that I have several different websites, and you can have many. You're not stuck with just one website. So if you have one site for one thing and one site for home, one for learning, one for students, one for parents, you can have as many as you would like. But I believe there is a limit to like 5 a day that you can create. So I'm going to show you how to create a new website. So you need to be at sites.google.com. This is where Google has its websites. And we're going to click on Create. And when you create, there's many different there's a whole gallery of templates. Generally, starting out when you're just learning, don't use them. I generally always start out with just a blank template. I can customize this so that it looks like any of these later on, but it's more difficult to go backwards than it is to go forwards with these templates, so I generally don't recommend that. Then you're going to name your site, and this is what, when people type in the address, the site location, this is what they're going to type in. By default, unless you buy a domain from Google, your URL, which stands for Uniform Resource Locator, is sites.google.com/site/ and then whatever you name your site. So I'm going to name this Sherry's Practice. And I can actually do it this way. So because this is going to put this on my blog, and in here you'll see it doesn't put the apostrophe, it just puts it all together. So practice site. And now you can see Sherry's Practice Site. So when people want to come to this website, that's what they're going to type in. Then you can select a theme. Generally I say to select simple or blank slate. Just something that doesn't have a whole lot to it, because we can customize. And then let Google know that you are not a robot, and create your site. And you'll see that it's creating. And here is my practice site. You can see it from up here that google.com site, Sherry's Practice Site, here it is. The site map, this tells me how many pages, which I actually only have one page. Now the site that I'm going to work on is going to be my Doxy Duo. So I'm going to go back to where you can add a site and create. Sometimes you're going to get it where it won't create the site. So I know this one is one that I have already used, so I don't think I can create that. Oh, I have to select that I'm not a robot. And actually, since I know this one, the location you have chosen is not available. So that tells me that someone already has this website. Someone already has sites.google.com/site/Doxy Duo, which happens to be me. So this won't work. So I need to add to it. So maybe I can try that and then create site. Oh, I did verify. It wants me to start over. And if you mess up, see, this is not available either because I own it. So you have to kind of keep working until you get one that will work. And here is my Doxy Duo Learning. So I have my new website. It's fairly blank, it's fairly empty, and that's okay because I'm going to be building on this website to work for what I want it to do. But I'm going to do a few changes. So to edit any page, and right now I'm on the home page. By default, you generally, when you send someone your website, say, here, go to my website, you want them to go to your main page, your home page. this is your home page. So this is where you send people to, and you say, come to my home page. You don't send them to the middle of your site like practice. You want them to go to your home page so they can see a little bit about what your website is about. So this is what you would send them. But let's edit this. So I go to the pencil and I go to edit, and it looks very familiar if you're familiar with Google or with even Word. Here I've put in, this website's learning more about different technologies that are used in education for teaching and learning purposes. Maybe I want to make that larger. And I want to center it. And I want to change the color. And maybe I want to bold it. And I can change the font. I can add pictures in here. I can change the layout. Maybe I want it to be a left column. Maybe I want it to be 3 columns. Maybe I actually want it to be 2 columns. So maybe I want it to look like this. And when I'm done, I can click Save. So now on my website, you'll see this picture. Let's say I want to create a new page. I click on Create New Page, and I'm going to title this PowerPoint Tutorials. So you can see my site page URL. There it is. I want it to be a web page. It could also be an announcement page. It could be a file cabinet. It could be a list, but I'm going to keep it as a web page because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to put on here. And then you can put it at the top level. You can put it under home. The top level, it will align with the home page. And let's try that so you can see it. I can always change it. So now I have home and PowerPoint tutorials. So I can go to 2 different sites, different pages in my website, and I'm locked up a little bit. So basically I can continue to add pages, and you really do want to start to build your pages and what you want on your pages prior to adding all the fancy stuff. So I'm going to create another page. This time I'm going to name it Video Tutorials. And I'm going to put it as a file cabinet, and I can put it under home. I could also choose a different location, and I'm going to put it under PowerPoint Tutorials. And I'm going to click Create. So, and then I'm going to go back to home. So now you can see I have home, PowerPoint Tutorials, Video Tutorials. So I can add a file, add a link, add from Drive. And I really do recommend getting a Google Drive and putting everything in your Drive, because you can automatically get from Drive and you won't use up any of your website space because you are limited. So if I go to the little, this icon, I can't think of what it's called, wrench. I guess it's not a wrench, but manage site. You can see you have 100 megabytes of space for your website to use. Once that's filled, you can't do anything. You can't add to your site. But if you put things in your Google Drive and you link it from your Drive, it doesn't count against you on your website. It's already counted against you in your Google Drive. So I really, really suggest doing that. That is just a quick tutorial on how to create your site and make new pages, and I think that's a good place to stop. So anytime you're going to make a new page, always click on your home page and then add the page. It just makes it easier for you to figure out where you want to put it, other than having to move it around later. So enjoy this tutorial, enjoy working with Google Sites. Until later.